This DJ's so funky, man.
Come on, 3, 2, 1, activate.
This is the RDDC podcast.
You are now tuning in to Lex and RDDC broadcast station, serving up on the double doses for us all.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Double Dose channel. This is your host Lex coming to you straight from the heart, where the talk is real and the vibe is always popping and live. Oh yeah. For any show requests, feedback, anything, as always, you can reach us at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. That's Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com, as well as check out our wonderful pages, our links, and everything. At least 95% of things on the blogspot, which is realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. That's realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. For any additional links, you can always come over to one of our awesome and like kind of our baby boomer launch. Started with SoundCloud as well. So we have links in the description on every episode. As any kind of disclaimers, any copyrights, anything that goes on there. But the Blogspot has most of them, and the purpose-driven life and so much more, and some of the things we're launching as well. So if you want to keep up to date on some of the links or just the things we're working on itself, you can find those. And the description is we are on iHeartRadio, and we are on iTunes as well, and Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, which are awesome platforms just as well, Spreaker, and so much more. So I just want to throw that out there. Our YouTube channel, we have so much collabs. You guys are going to be pretty proud of me here. So many collaborations. Yes, we do. And then on top of that, I have one of my good buddies. We get a little into it every once in a while. But he's thinking about rolling it in on out. So we'll just see how he goes, if he gets cold feet or not, and see how he can roll with the punches. Maybe we'll give him a try and have him pop on as a special guest here and there until we see what else is rolling. But he's definitely making his own waves in life. But without further ado, let's get into this, because it's about you and I and we and us and family. We are. So let's dive on in. Okay, this episode is hashtag ROI. I said that hashtag, what's your ROI? Okay, return on investment. For all intents and purposes, broke down. ROI, return on investment. I know we have so many hashtags and abbreviations going on these days that it could be renegade on instruments. I don't know. I'm just making up some random stuff. But work with your Lex here. I thought about a lot of things, as always. My brain's always churning and moving and going. And one of the things that I was thinking about when I'm dealing with certain situations, and we're dealing with certain situations, I'm as we and we as us. We get it. We're all family here. We're of the same infinite source, So it's basically all of us are just mimicking ourselves anyway in the whole universe. But you get it. So I look at that and I'm like, return on investment. Where has it been in our lives that we have return on investment? I look at my sister passing away. What was her return on investment? Investing in such a culerito. Sorry, I had to say it in Spanish, but a jerk off, okay, or a jerk. Someone who really didn't love her the way he should have and gave his time and effort to her. Granted, she had her responsibilities into making her own happiness surpass anyone else's as well. But still, almost 19 years of marriage. And what did it do? At the end of the day, accumulating with other things happening, it caused her not to be here anymore. What was the return on investment for my brother who passed away? I married myself. Last year sometime I got married. I got married to the game of life. I got married to the game of Lex. I got married to understanding who I am. I got married to all those who wanted to marry themselves with the creator that works through me. People can't just marry me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't just marry someone. You have to marry everything that comes with them and what created them. That's what people don't seem to understand. It's like, oh, did you get married? Yeah, I put a ring on my own finger and I walked down the aisle with myself. That's what I did. So please understand it. Please do not take me wrong, but that's where I'm coming from with it. And ultimately, yeah, that's what it is. Like, understand the fact that just because you marry into something, no matter what it is, I don't care if it's a box of Haagen-Dazs. I don't care if it's a football pass season. I don't care if it's you volunteering to be a part of the Girl Scouts or Pathfinders or sitting in church for the next 17 freaking months straight. Remember, free will is still out there. Like my other previous episode was Killers of Love. Yes, you still have free will. It was still given to you no matter what. Now, you might be looked at as kind of shady or someone you can't trust or whatever it might be, but you still have free will. So like my mother says, kiss her little heart, it's always by the Creator's will, that it be done, because things might happen. Weather might change. Things might turn up to where you really cannot get it done. And if you do, it's not properly done. But yeah, you got to marry the self and whatever comes along with that. It doesn't mean you had to put up with people's garbage. It doesn't mean you have to deal and sift through all the garbage that we may accumulate on ourselves. It means you have to know oneself, to be oneself, to understand the true self of what self really means. Rewind that and replay it again, like I always say, Familians, because sometimes we have to do that. I mean, I rewound a video like 17 times today just to hear the message for what the clarity of it is. So, yeah, what is our ROI? Yeah, sound kind of country. But our ROI, return on investment. Kind of hard to say. ROI. IOU, whatever. So, our ROI. When we put gas into a car, when we put the mechanics and the foundation behind that car, in that car, within that car, when we pay our mechanic, we believe is a job well done, or someone we trust. When we do certain things in life, when we put gas in the car, we expect that car, from the care we've taken care of, to bring us from A, B, C, D, and maybe to Z if you got it really moving like that, and bring us where we have to go. When we buy groceries, and hopefully healthier choices are made just to make sure you got the vitamins and stuff you need from fruits and vegetables are incorporated in there. We know that those vegetables and fruits and vitamins or whatever's going on, or how we take care of our body, even cardio-wise, is going to be beneficial to us in some shape, way, or form, and give us a whole new shape, way, and form. So that's our ROI on the investment we put towards it. Now, granted, we might say, well, that's an investment we have to make. We have to eat. Yeah, but you could eat anything. You can choose to spend $20 at a very nice, crazy restaurant that won't give you what you need for your intake. Or you can spend $20 at the produce, farmer's market and get a crap load of vegetables for half the cost. And maybe go invest in a whole huge pack of chicken thighs at Aldi's and make a meal for the next 5-6 days off of, a dinner meal of healthy food. So either way, when you're investing your ROI, it also depends on what you're investing in. Okay. So your ROI, now I'm taking a page from my own chapter here. Yeah, we can be with people. We can have different lives going on and different things happening. But what is our ROI giving to us? Okay. And it's not always like we're walking into a relationship or a situation because we need to just absolutely have a return on investment. Oh, I'm giving him $1,000. So he better be the best man for me and ask me to propose to him in the next 6 months. Or I just bought her a brand new pair of Gucci or Chanel heels, which I don't know why people go crazy over. If that's your thing, cool. I'm never going to be paying that crazy name for a crazy amount of money for a name, unless they want to give them to me for free, or, a couple $100 is cool. But anything getting over $200, $300, $400 is like, you really got to be kicking out a little miniature fan or a battery pack, something as to why I'm paying $4,000 for a handbag that's sitting on my arm, or shoes. But if that's your forte, I know a lot of my friends, a lot of my family are, I still support you on that. Okay. I have my little gotta have fetishes too. So don't worry about it. I like to buy wonderful little, tiny house projects. And if that costs $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, I love it. So I understand people have their thing, their clutches. Some people have their shoe thing. I have that too. It just comes in little spurts. But, I like all kinds of different things. But anyways, we're going off sidetrack. So the return on investment is when a person looks at it like that, like, oh, well, I'm giving her this wonderful bag and I'm getting her nails done and her feet done, she better give me something back in return. If we look at it like that, we're never going to get the things that are already expected to come to us. We're already waiting for that to be coming to us. So we seemingly put more pressure on that person or that thing. When we do things from our heart, it's because we need to do them from our heart genuinely. It's not for the simple fact of just, I'm going to just do this for this. And humanity is different than, I'm going to put $20 in my tank so I can go move around and drive around. That's different. Your car has a different kind of vibration, but it doesn't have human emotions. I mean, it's a different thing. When you go buy vegetables and stuff at the store and you say, oh, that apple looks really nice, but that orange looks better, it's not going to feel hurt by it. I mean, it still has a vibration, but it's not going to be like, oh my gosh, do you believe he just looked at my beautiful skin on the apple and he just complimented the orange with that orangey, orangey thing? No. But when our return on investment doesn't give us enough within ourselves, that's the problem we have. When we're so busy investing into the wrong things that are never going to give us a return. Let me repeat that. When we are so busy giving and doing and slaving and hurting ourselves to give an investment on the things that do not have any intentions and the universal properties or the mind to give us it back. And I mean that by people. Yes, people. Also be careful if you're going to be giving investments to random stuff or gambling. Disclaimer on common sense, and Google it out or seek out some, extra counseling at the Blogspot address or the email address or a life coach, whatever you need to do. Okay. But I'm just saying it's common sense practices we're just throwing out there right now to say it's different. It's different if you decide to say, I'm going to buy me a nice pair of shoes that can give me arch foot support so I can walk these 100 miles or a marathon. We understand that return on investment. It's easier for us to do that. Guess why? It's easier for us to go in there and spend an outfit or buy an expensive outfit or buy a couple pairs of clothes or some socks, whatever, because we know those things are benefiting us on the return of the investment we're putting in for the return. But when we have our hopes up high without even wanting a ROI, and all of a sudden we give all and all and all and all and all to the point where our pockets are dry, our spirit is dry, our attitude's dry, our mental, everything's just draining, and you just keep giving and giving and giving and giving until there's nothing left, and you say, okay, well now I'm down and out. Now I'm down and out. I need something back. Come on, Mark. Come on, Jesse, whatever. Jessica, I don't know. I'm just throwing out names out there, okay? Come on, Becca. Come on. I need something back. I hope they lift me up. They don't. So you say something about it. They might say, well, I didn't ask you to invest in me, Mark. Or Becca might say, I didn't tell you to do anything. They're not aware of the fact that you've been investing in them. Some people just see it as that's what you're supposed to do because you're such a nice person, or that's what you're supposed to do because they think they're high and mighty, or that's just the way they've been raised. So what I say to that is, watch out for your ROIs. Watch out for the investments that you're putting forth. This might be a part 2. I might have came out with this already, but at the same time, everything can be touched base on 1,000,000 times over, and you still learn something new. Watch out for what you invest your time in. Watch out for what you invest your energy into, the moments that you have, the quiet times. If you have to search and find a way, like sometimes I catch myself where I'm jumping on Instagram for a moment, like, oh, well, let me see how many followers I got today, or let me see how many likes to this post, randomly. And I promised myself I would never get to that moment. And at the same time, I did, but I caught myself on that now. So now I barely touch base with it. When I do, it's just touch, hit. It's just kind of like moving like a little tackle. It's there for another kind of form of communication and some posts, but it's not there for me to live in that post all the time, waiting for validation and credibility to say, hey, I'm someone out here on Instagram, notice me, I need something. Yeah, it's good for moving things forward, but at the same time, we were never built on technology. We were built from a creator, the creator. of all things. So when I say ROI, I could go into the matrix on this, and I'm a fast talker by nature in the languages I speak to. So, I'm still learning my Cherokee words. Amen. And I'm still trying to get to the deeper cultural sides of learning the ancient words. As far as the Spanish, I grew up with that, from just my surroundings of understanding my dad and them. But I'm trying to get these words out enough to where you can understand where it's coming from. Please. I do. It might sound seemingly like I just don't, but there's one person that gives a darn tootin' Fruit Loop about you. It's me. Any one of you at any given time, even if you're just so busy you just listen to half of this, you could get a hold of me and say, you know what, Lex, I really need to talk to you about something. It'll be nice just to have a conversation with you for 10 minutes about what I'm going through, and maybe you can assess me in a plan that can help me. And I would say, fine, let me help you. It wouldn't be like, oh yeah, that's going to be $10.95 every 5 seconds. I don't do that. Now, if you're talking about you need me 30 or 20 hours a week, I'm going to be like, yeah, come on, let's pull out the wallet here. Let's not I'm semi-playing. But, yeah, that's taking time out of my livelihood, my life, my hours as well. Family or no family, love or no love, we still got to eat. We still got to survive out here, okay? Let's just be real about it if you're taking that much. But just to get that understanding and just say, hey, let's talk it out for about 20 minutes and just talk. You could always set that up via email or have Tony do that. But make sure you know where your ROI is going. It's a business investment. It's a life investment. It's a love investment. Because if you go through 20 different relationships or 20 different hills, you realize even if those things lasted a year apiece, that's 20 years. If you went through get this, if you had 20 people that you spent a year with and each one of them were a bad ROI, okay, and now I'm not using them as a commodity. There's still feelings and stuff involved. And like I said before, it should never be looked at as, well, if I put it into them, they got to give it to me. I don't see it that way. It's supposed to be equal love and everything, but when a person is pulling way too much, and hashtag when you're doing too much for them already to compensate for something that you don't have to compensate for. I say take a step back. You don't want to spend the next 7 or 8 years speed dating and going through crap. You don't want to deal with that stuff when you don't have to. You're better than that. And if you have to keep proving time and time and time again to the one person that says they're in your life and they care about you that you're better than that and you're more than that, there's no point to keep moving forward. You just have to pause and assess the situation. If you're being the person you need to be, and they're telling you and letting you know, hey, I love the way you treat me. It's a wonderful thing. But yet they can't reciprocate that. Maybe they're not aware of how to. Maybe they just don't want to or uncomfortable or scared to. But eventually you have to break that bubble before you find more trouble. Okay? Really, you do. So think about, what is return on investment for you? What is your ROI? What is your ROI? ROI is return on investment. What are you doing for yourself health-wise? What are you doing for yourself on a physical level, mental level? What is your ROI spiritually? What is your ROI when it comes to dating? All this stuff. Are you mindlessly just going out there, being a part of the flow and reading every People's magazine you can and just not even knowing where you're going? Stop and rewind, okay? Stop, drop, and roll. That's one of the episodes we had. Stop. Just stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. And realize no matter who passes away, whatever may happen, whatever, earth thing may happen, whatever's going on, don't waste your time being ignorant. Ignorant is bliss, and it's not a very long-lived bliss. Don't give your investments to those things in people and circumstances that do not have an investment into you, that do not have an investment into the return of anything fruitful when it comes to yourself. Don't find yourself 5 or 6 years down the line like, man, I just heard Lex say that a couple years back, and here I am on my 8th relationship, 8th car, 8th this, 8th that. For me too, it's hard to let go of those things. It's hard for us to put $4,000 in a car and then, okay, I had to get rid of it. Man, I just put $4,000 into that thing. It's hard for us to get the same nail technician, for instance, in my case, and she's awesome for the first 20 goes, and all of a sudden she goes downhill, and I'm thinking, man, I just gave her like $20 tips back to back to back to back to back. Now I got to start all over for a new one with another foundation. But this is what I realized. Even though the car may have had $4,000 worth of stuff done to it, I still know it's a car that needs to be replaced very soon or eventually. I'm going to still be playing catch up even while I'm holding the mustard. Nail technician. I know she was slipping from the first time she did my nail, and I felt kind of leery, but I still gave her chance after chance, and eventually I knew that all that effort and all that time, no matter how much a tip was and how much smiles you give, it was not going to be a good return for me. You have a gut feeling and an instinct that we all need to hold on to and really tap into more. How come we can hear notifications on our phone about these little apps and stuff that let us know what's going on in someone else's world, but yet we can't signify or tap into the notifications going on within us because we're so quick to detach ourselves from the true beings of who we are? We're just like, oh, well, I just rather be over here. I get it, my family, my brothers and sisters. Life can knock you the frick down. And sometimes it's so hard to stand back up. But don't let it cheat you out of the life that you have. Because it's all going to come down to a point where we will have our last day. And you will have to look back and say, what did I invest in life for the returns that I'm getting now? And what returns did I invest in life? And what are you going to say when death is looking around your bedside? Or looking you in the eye saying, are you coming to me full or are you coming to me empty? I'm going to say as much as I can, hey, look, I'm about 90% empty. I know it's not all the rest, but come on now. That's what I would say. But I just want you to look at the ROIs that we get in life. What's our ROIs? Hashtag, what's your ROI? What are you investing in? And the return that you seek or you believe that you're getting. Because if you can analyze it and see it right now for what it is, maybe you can prevent something, help something, or move something forward, or pause it or stop right now. So now is the time when you hear this. I don't care if you have to go through a list. It's going to save you a lot more energy, years, money, everything, heartache, if you nip it in the bud now or correct it now. No matter what it is. Material, relationships, doesn't matter. It's going to fit in your life some way, somehow. Whether organizing the kitchen or not, whether putting in, $1,500 to get the whole new repurposed floor, whatever it is, look at the ROI or the DIYs. Do it yourself, right? Anyways, you get where I'm coming. I don't want to become a broken record. I don't want this to go too long. I know it's a little bit later in the day, but things happen when you're out with the little miniature Mrs. Mother who gave you birth on this world. Time is too precious. So this is your host Lex coming to you straight from the heart. You can check us again at Real Double Dose Channel at yandex.com. That's YANDEX.com, and also Real Double Dose Channel at .blogspot.com. So used to saying at. So yeah, I want you to absorb that. I hope it's wonderful. I'm doing my best to stay on schedule, but I'm trying to fluctuate between the music in the background or not. I know you guys have had it. Some people are leaning towards they like the music in the back, some say they don't, and we're just going to mix it up as we go. But right now I just want you to live to the fullest and be the change, feel the passion, and embrace the power of the spirit. As always, I hope this touched you where it needed to be, and we'll be back with you soon.